Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5 a.m. on February 1st. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Olivia, it'll be nice to be back in the sunshine for today. We are a little cool in pockets this morning, but the temperature's not bad overall for at least this time of year. Starting off at 30 here on our WYMT camera with a partly cloudy sky. And as you look here across the rest of eastern Kentucky and into northern areas of Tennessee, the temperatures really aren't too different. Upper 20s and low 30s with even a few mid 30s there towards Ashland and Prestonburg and Pikeville here to start the day. The radar's obviously dry and quiet. Satellite shows those clouds that were pesky and lingered around yesterday, but most of them are clearing out. There are still a few lingering from Pikeville eastward on into West Virginia, but we will see this cloud cover continue to pull away, and we will pull into sunshine as you look here across pretty much all of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley. It is clear. It will stay sunny. Our forecast for the day today, warming up through the low 30s this morning, up into the 50s this afternoon. Looks like a nice day for us, Olivia. We'll look at the long-term forecast, which has, of course, some changes coming. I'll show you that in a little bit.
All right, Mace, thank you. Several new bills filed in Frankfort yesterday would change access to abortion care here in Kentucky. Samantha Valentino has more.
Our trigger ban on abortion fails to recognize the many reasons that parents seek reproductive care, including abortion.
That's why Representative Lindsey Burke says she filed 3 bills on Wednesday. The first is called the North Star Bill.
It rolls us back to the access that should have and has been available in Kentucky over the last decades.
The Maternal Mental Health HANDS bill would require the HANDS program to provide families with information about maternal and postpartum depression, and the SHIELD bill would protect any parent who has to travel outside of Kentucky for either an abortion or medication-based abortion.
That she doesn't have to worry about someone in Kentucky pulling her medical records, subpoenaing her, suing her, prosecuting her for taking care of her health and the health of her loved ones.
If someone did do this, Burke says the bill would allow the woman to sue them for violating her civil rights.
On a whole, we're adamantly opposed to efforts to re-legalize abortion in Kentucky.
David Walls with the Family Foundation says as they stand today, Kentucky's laws protect the lives of both mothers and unborn babies.
Not only are lives being saved, but more births are happening. And that's something that we should be celebrating. And again, I think at the end of the day, my hope is that Kentucky's going to continue to chart a path forward and not look to chart a path backwards.
In Frankfort, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
All 3 bills have been filed. They must receive a committee hearing to move forward. Yesterday, Governor Beshear was in Lexington talking at the Winter Judge Executive Conference. Leaders from across the state are at the Griffin Gate Marriott. Governor Beshear says it's key for his administration to work alongside judge executives to focus on issues Kentucky families are dealing with.
When we focus on those things that matter most to people, that's when we get things done. That's where every county judge lives, that's where every magistrate and commissioner live, and that's where I'm focusing my attention.
The conference runs through today. The woman at the center of federal criminal allegations against a former Northeastern Kentucky Commonwealth's attorney testified in court yesterday. The Herald Leader says Misty Helton testified that she had sex with former Commonwealth's attorney Ronnie Goldie while facing court cases. Helton testified that she sent explicit photos and videos in return for help on several criminal cases. Several judges, an officer, and a public defender out of the 21st Judicial Circuit testified against Goldie. The trial is expected to continue through the week. In Laurel County, the London Police Department is asking for the public's help in finding a burglary suspect. The person pictured on your screen is believed to have been involved in a burglary on East 4th Street. If you have any information, contact the London Police Department at 606-874-7004. Perry County School Board members are looking into potential locations to build a new school, which administrators say will be called South Perry Elementary. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us where they are in the search and how some community members are reacting.
More than 600 students, counting preschool through 8th grade, will reportedly be combining from two schools to form South Perry.
South Perry will be the consolidation of R.W. Combs Elementary and Viper Elementary. Both buildings are outdated and over 30 years old, so this will be a significant upgrade.
School board members have looked into multiple locations.
Just get out and search, look around. Sometimes we've had property owners come to us and say they may have a suitable piece of property.
They approved to look into a location in Scuddy.
We've had the property appraised, and the next step will be core drill of the property.
Campbell says they are very early in the process and no final decisions have been made. Some community members have voiced their concern with the location via a petition. Taylor Fugit, who wrote the petition but could not do an on-camera interview, says this location is not central and poses significant challenges for students living in Leatherwood, Viper, Christopher, Glomar, Forseam, and especially Delphia and Little Leatherwood. There is no timeline on when a decision will be made or when the school will be built. In Perry County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Superintendent Kent Campbell also says they have to follow guidelines set by the Kentucky Department of Education. You can also read Taylor Fugit's full statement on WYMT.com. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, yesterday's social media CEOs were on blast as both parties came together to interrogate the companies.
Quiet weather for us today. Nice to have sunshine back in the region. We will look for high temperatures to warm up on into the 50s as we get you out the door this morning. A little cool in the 30s. Full forecast is coming up.